And I think that there's an issue with a lot of our website play. A lot of it's archaic. A lot of it doesn't regard the fact that we're dealing with the millennial now, the Gen Ys. And the Gen Ys want to experience things a little bit different. They don't necessarily want to be arriving at a website. And you've got to think about your arrival to a website. You've got to think that a website, when you go there, you're really probably looking at it for the phone number or the address or the Google map, and you're just hoping the Google map's been loaded in the back end somewhere. So you've got to think about your footprint. You've got to think about your digital footprint and how the customer and the prospect land on that digital footprint and consume that digital footprint and what it's saying. Because there's many people that we go and speak to, and there's confusion around the brand, there's confusion around the site, there's confusion around the message. A lot of the time it's been put together by someone very technical, or the knowledge that's being put forward is very esoteric. So we've got to be very careful today that when people arrive to the site, they can arrive on it from any platform. They can arrive on it from a smartphone, from a tablet, from a desktop, that it's easy to navigate, that the message and the call to action is clear, and that it allows them to partake in the conversation, that there's much more that they're being pulled into. So that website that used to be just a container needs to connect, and it needs to connect into social. And if it's connecting into social, then it's pulling back from social into a container that has relevant information. And it's also allowing people, if it's set up correctly, to feed it back out to their social media networks. Networks that your marketing dollar can't buy. But you can buy it if you get your message right. And if the message actually appeals to those who are connecting to it. So don't put all the work in and then have someone arrive and then leave the site, because we can see the Google Analytics when people hit the page and they're there for 3 seconds or 10 seconds and they're gone. They're gone to the next offering because the next offering made much more sense. They connected with it far quicker than what they connected to your footprint. So always be mindful of the customer or the person that's going to land on your digital footprint, and think about that experience. How many of you have visited your site recently? A show of hands. And that's about the same number that I see at all my presentations. It's almost like we're fearful to walk through our digital footprint and take the experience through the eyes of the third person. It's really important to do that and do it regularly rather than doing it every 5th year or when the website's up for review again.